Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmar Niazi. I am from Pakistan. I am a master's student in Istanbul Okan University, Department of Architecture. I graduated last year from University of South Asia. For this semester, I have choose a low-cost housing project under the supervision of Professor Dr. Halil. My semester project will be focused on the eco-friendly new settlement, which is subtitled Sustainable Green Low-Cost Housing. The reason of choosing this project, I choose this project because in my home country people are facing shortage of housing and government is trying to overcome this problem for a long time. It involves many factors which include affordability, availability and the facilitation. Housing not only plays its role in the daily life of people, their health, security and well-being. It is also part of the relationship between the society and the environment. The sudden change in the climate demands sustainable development. The construction of the building is actively that causes the most damage on the environment, but buildings are also continue to consume resources, create waste and emit pollution during the entire life cycle of a building. I would like to address these all problems in my and try my best to provide appropriate solution for the above mentioned problem. Basically, the importance and the significance of the project as more and more people are moving to dense urban cities in search of better quality of living and opportunities. The city population is on the rise, as is the cost of living, making low cost housing a dire need of societies, as low income residents have limited choices for affordable living. When affordable housing complexes were being constructed ever since the mid 20th century, these projects were often seen as monumental solutions to provide economical living spaces to large group of people. Hence, even with the best intentions of the designers, the imposing tower discouraging for communities, leaving them feeling more isolated and unwelcome. This report suggests the development of best practices for the design and placement of the standard of properties that can be used by members of the community and of the local residential property market developers and other decision makers in order to gain knowledge and creating a healthier lifestyle opportunity for mobile home residents. When the guidelines, techniques, and strategies for improving the quality of indoor air quality, energy efficiency, and the water conservation, which in turn resulted in the creation of built environment that provides a solid foundation for a healthy life and better quality of life. New directions in affordable house design. Historically, however, there is a conflict between the architects and its managers. Architects and educate for a better quality, better expensive houses and economics to urge for a minimal price of an apartment. Is it often of poor quality designed to meet the needs of the individual economical relations and become a good native home. A new approach to the house research and settlement of the design allow families to be able to increase the size of their houses and the improvement of the time of the day. Indeed, due to into the design, allowing families to fit in a room their own needs, they will also strengthen the grants management mechanism such as investment are more likely to go on the intended recipient. Some of the points we also research about the healthy location and sustainability maps, which also include the education and childcare. This includes the public schools, chartered schools, and daycare centers. On the other hand, the community centers and the recreational opportunities, which could be central or individuals. This includes parks, entertainment centers, basketball courts, sports fields, public libraries, school garden, and so on, the amenities and facilities of daily life, health and social care services, vocational training centers, healthcare facilities, eating and shopping facilities. After that, we have made a research on accesses, the housing value chain approach. These are some graphs which representing the value chain approach. Then the key elements determining the suitability for active design elements, which to more the cost of existing design elements in the promotion of the business, need to improve existing business and support functions. Click to select the function that support physical activity in different age groups. After that, some of the major design principles, which includes the land, the target density, the facilities, and how much people we are going to accommodate. The rules for design of a home will mark computation of the density without compromising on the quality of life or of all popular and fake young modules. This is achieved by using efficient grid and the environment in the development of management structure, which is to promote and not to increase of area density and the promotion of scheduled increase in density of the time, as well as the protection of the public, the private spaces. Also targeting the density, a more efficient use of land to reduce the value, the productivity of the land, the density, which can be measured in a variety of ways as the ratio, the floor area ratio of the apartment on the surface and the total number of dwellings per hectare, or the number of people living per hectare, which should be accordingly the local town municipal laws and the bylaws of the urban planning. Then the grid, the urban form, the overall form development, which also under consideration in the subject of the grid. The city network was first ever innovation in urban design and urban planning. The grid is being used in a lot of countries. A master plan that will greatly help the development of the city and the reduction of institutional friction and increase in the value of property. Then the infrastructure. The concept of the sites or services has been carried out with support of the World Bank for about 2 decades in many developing countries, especially in 1970s and early traditional approaches to the young people. In the context of structural adjustment of the pressure and to reduce the public expenditures to the site and services approaches to protect and rule of the government only to preparation of field for a given base to infrastructure, which is also in the under discussion by public-private partnership. There are several advantages that as the services approach quickly and gives the right to an intelligent audience with the help of families and the mobilize the saving of the company in the increment approach to build organize partially to formalize the simplify the process of the building and extension. This will help the government priority in booking a sufficient basis of low income apartments. The other problems is that of a standard that high standard of landscaping construction and workmanship have been made arrangements are accessible for beneficiaries of the program in some system. For example, the prohibition of income generating activities in territory of residential buildings such as the rental of the premises, and they are limiting the ability of the people receiving the extra income to pay for the property and the home. There are some graphical representation by the public-private partnership. Then the infrastructure for resilience, the significant literature has emphasized the role of infrastructure in the region to ensure the sustainable development of a region. There are some graphical representation on the contours. Then about uh, a little research about house architecture, a well thought out comprehensive house design which plays an important role in solving the problem. He also talks about the other phrasing problem of immune, how to mitigate to the impact of natural disaster and reduction of the energy consumption and the creation of the economic opportunities for less income or privilege and creating the comfort areas. This is the case study and also holding some graphical representation. There are some sections from the prototype house design. They are typically arranged in a row with same module and core facilities to reduce the reduction of the cost and provide the low cost facility to the occupants. There are some managing evaluation key thumb rules. The success of a housing project does not only depends on the original building and the online but also the development of residential areas and the medium to long term maintenance and the quality repairs of the building are a serious problem for low income families. Then there is a case study from North Carolina. There are some organic grid pattern design, some site planning, some floor to area ratio examples, and at the end the key conclusions of this case study of housing sector. The analyzed sectors are the green and built area ratio, the sustainable design, low carbon emission material should be environment friendly, well designed car parking in order to avoid any issue in the society, well obtained directions of the houses to gain appropriate heat in summer, green features, outdoor living areas, low maintenance exterior, walkability and security. Then there is a matrix which holds some comparatively same modules or same structure. At the end, there are conclusions that drive from the analyzing the overall research, which is affordability analysis should be comprehensive, taking into the account total housing cost, including your utilities, taxes, and maintenance, the transportation cost, considering both short and long-term impact on the user and the land too. No single strategy can meet all affordable housing needs. Most communities need a combination. Some lower income households need to help repairing and maintaining their homes that maybe should be subsidized by the government. Government sponsored and subsidized housing is important to serve people with special needs but can only address a small portion of total affordable housing demand. Urban development can be provide cheap housing but tends to have a high infrastructure and future transportation cost, and so is only true affordable is planned and located to maximize the accessibility and transportation options. Zoning may provide a modest amount of affordable housing where demand is very strong but should otherwise be avoided to prevent the spoiling the market for new housing construction, removing the restrictions, the barriers which could be physical or Visual and cost for urban land is generally the most cost efficient and beneficial option overall. There are some graphical representation. At the last, some of the references. Thank you. The basic design concept, which is starting from developing the relationship and the bubble diagrams that shows the relations of the different spaces to maximizing the outcomes from an architectural design. These are some bubble diagrams. A relationship chart. Then the master plan. The rectangular boxes shows the residential area or the prototype housing modules, which I can discuss further in next slide, and the central main core facilitation area, which is according to the local municipalities laws. Then the site analysis, which shows the location in the Lahore, Pakistan. The solar analysis, approaches from different landmarks. The overall site area is 17.2 acres, which is accessible from 3 sites, the major arteries. The rainfall and the other environmental statistics, solar studies. Also, the site have all the municipal facilities. This is a prototype design for a house. From the right above corner, there are plans which shows the core facilities consisting 2 of the floors, the ground floor and the first floor. In the right side, there are elevations and some of the 3Ds. Some plans for the basic facilitation center above, in the basic health unit also. Then the studio apartment building, which consists of 6 floors. Section for the restaurant design. Then there are some 3Ds. Some of the views in front of the houses, showing the prototype house modules that typically follows for everyone. Some of the representations of surrounding of the site. Thank you.